Okay, what are you on about then, girl? What are you on about? Okay, this one, there's no lie here. There's no lie.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
No.
Like that.
What?
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
She's getting off this, isn't she?
Oh my!
Oh, she is. Oh god,
So
girl.
who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Oh god.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no doubt.
She's getting off this, isn't she? Good lord, girl. Tenko not being killed during the seance? Might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed,
Sushi, Kokichi, and Himiko worked together. Okay, she definitely wasn't killed after the
during
statue.
The seance.
I think Doc's statue
It
will
could
be
not have
important
been
here.
done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Shit. Need to fast forward again.
Real fast.
So fast, no one saw.
Yeah, she's getting off.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no doubt.
No, Himiko's not the culprit. Cage couldn't be lifted. Cage was
When
really,
Tenko
really
got
heavy.
stabbed,
Wait.
It wasn't during the seance.
Iron cage that Tenko was using in the last seance. It's around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Shuichi Kokichi placed it over Tenko and Himiko removed it. Tenko's blood was on the bottom of the cage.
It could not have been done at any other time.
But they meant to do it. The sheet was over the iron cage during the seance. It's very thick and cannot be seen through. It's blood in the back around the middle of the sheet. There's no hole in the fabric. Kyo was the one who placed the sheet over the cage and removed it off the cage. I kind of feel like the iron docks, I feel like the wooden dock statue
the whole time.
is the
She was dead.
main point here. Because it can't really lift it
Cage
easily.
was lifted.
It couldn't be lifted. Nope, never mind. Good to think that only possible if she was killed after seance. Let's see no reason why that's not true, Shuichi.
Oh no!
Okay, we definitely
When
gotta use the
Tenko
blood
got
then.
killed, it wasn't during the seance.
Iron cage?
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
Okay, it gotta be white
She was
sheet. It has to
dead.
be white sheet. It has to be white sheet. It has to be white sheet. Let's try that.
Cage was lifted.
There we go, that's what it
That's
is.
wrong.
Okay, there we go. I didn't know if they were wondering, like, could the cage be lifted really easily before the dock statue was placed?
It wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
Or they didn't want the evidence that the actual killing happened while the seance was happening. At that point, the blanket would have been obvious.
Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
Maybe I went a little bit too much in some of the questionings and everything. It probably is me, honestly, but trial and error, trial and error.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
It's wrong, Miyu. It just is.
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Really? Okay, you want to challenge me, Miyu? Alright, let's challenge. Let's go for it.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
Girl wants to fight? I'll fight. I'll fight back.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Really now? Alright, Miyu. I've been treating you very nicely as of recent. Time to go ahead and put you in your place. So what kind of place we got? Marker stone, loose floorboard, iron cage, stick onto the floor.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
Well then, okay,
But the
probably
weapon was a
sickle.
sickle.
Yep.
Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words.
That's the thing. She was sitting with the neck upwards on the stone.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
Got her there.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
Sit down, Miyu. I love you and everything. Girl, I love you to death, but sit down for now.
No worries, Miyu. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
I didn't go that far.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, Gonta, no, please don't. You're gonna crush her.
How embarrassing!
Or maybe she'll like that.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
I doubt it.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
Don't freak out Kaito either.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Kaito, hold it together, man. Hold it together.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
No.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Oh, Maki. They? The they she's referring to. Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? I can't pause, can I? No, I cannot pause. What if I alt-tab? Okay, alt-tabbing doesn't work either. Oh, shit. Nope, nope, wrong person. Nope, I didn't need to choose. I right-clicked. Damn it. Damn it, why'd I do that? That was so stupid of me. Okay. It's not Miyu. It's not Kibo. It's not Tenko. Tenko could have killed her? Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? Tenko herself? No. No. She's not mean Tenko, right?
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
Wait, what?
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko was the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
If
if she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Miu actually said something smart.
She did.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey Angie, why do you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity.
What it?
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Strive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
I want to.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
I genuinely don't think Tenko would be a kind of girl that would do that. I think she would... No, she wouldn't do that.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
No. You go and train with us, buddy.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Oh, get out of Kakichi's skin there. A little bit.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her.
Oh.
She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the seance. She said see you guys after. That she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that. We keep thinking, we'll find the truth. That means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. We gotta lie. We gotta lie. This is the music for the lie.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, to make them think the suicide theory won't work.
So far, suicide seems to...
Okay, let's go through this. Tenko died in a crouched position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, probably not enough to kill her immediately.
be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
What do we got here for this one? Holdo was in the corner of the room the seance was held in. There's space under the floor so you can see what was dropped there.
So she hid her true intentions.
Kill 3. Kill Sabun, second victim is ultimate Aikido master. Discovered a vacant room on the 4th floor. Victim was stabbed in the back of her neck, resulting in death. No other injuries were detected. Didn't crouch position, the injury in the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill immediately.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
You gotta lie here.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle
Let's try this here. Shit.
and then stabbed herself with it.
Missed that entirely.
Finally, with the last of her she threw the sickle
Got it.
underneath the
I'll
floor.
reveal the truth.
Got it. Got it. I knew the font changed entirely for that
Tenko
one.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor
Because she would be really, really weak at that point.
because she died instantly.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Instead of saying she wasn't killed immediately from the thing, I was gonna say she died instantly.
Instantly?
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Oh, Maki's gonna be with us on this
I'm
one.
certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Exactly. Come on, Maki.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Yes.
Tenko died instantly.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you, Maki. You're the best.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly.
She's the Kyoko in this game. She's the Kyoko Kirigiri of DanganRonpa V3 to Shuichi. She's his Kyoko Kirigiri, except he's the detective and she's the one that specializes in murdering stabby, murder, shooty people.
I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
She doesn't sound convincing though, unfortunately. She doesn't know how to lie well.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
And Kokichi got onto that. He knows she's lying. She knows that too. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Maki roll.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
We did.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there was something. Need some kind of clue that will help me solve the mystery. Let's do this. Oh yeah, oh this music, yes! Sound June seance, yep, we got it.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
I agree.
I agree entirely with her. I got your back, Himiko. I got you, girl. I got you.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Yeah, there you go.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
The floor, though.
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Oh yeah, Kokichi was there. I was about to ask how did Kokichi know? A loud sound. But something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that happened in dark. Let's find it quick here. We'll find the busted thing. Where's that at? It was a busted partition right below the floor. Crosspiece under the floor. The crosspiece under the floor, maybe? During the seance. Never mind. Okay.
Damn it!
I thought we had the partition there available for us, but I guess we don't. Cause sound. What caused the sound? What caused the sound that was heard during the seance? Our left back door? No. Definitely was one of the early files. Blood Kokichi? Nope. Drop out on the floor? No. Crosspiece on the floor. Hole in the corner. Sound during seance. Lure's floorboard could have caused it.
This is it!
There we go. There we go. I didn't know they wanted to talk about the cut
I think the
floorboard.
floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound.
Either the cut floorboard or the cross floorboard. Also, remember if we went when we went downstairs, so we searched the partition to the empty room next door. That was like the crisscrossed panels of wood, and they'll bust it through. That was probably the sound as well. That was made
The
earlier.
floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
could the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
No. It is a thing that I talked about.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There have to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Alright, that's what we're doing here. Sanjun Sands, Magic Circle, crosspiece
So
on the
what
floor.
made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
Nope, never mind. Apparently that's not it. Never mind. Not doing the seance. I focus
So
on
what
the
made the floorboard come loose?
floorboard. I focus on the floorboard, not the other
Judging from
thing.
the sound, there must have been considerable
I'm an idiot.
force.
I need to think about this a little bit more.
Participated in maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
Nope.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
No.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is
Why does it
dangerous.
fly like that? That's such a weird animation for
God,
it.
it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Oh shit.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Oh my god, why? What would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Gotta be
Someone
Crosby's
who
under the floor, right?
participated in the
It gotta be.
Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
Nope.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
Nope.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
Could that be it? No.
We already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Maybe? Shit, we missed it. Oh!
I agree.
We still hit it. Wow. Lucky us. Lucky us. We didn't get a V shot on it, but damn.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did this stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the crosspiece that had been cut was the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the crosspieces was cut, the other two were intact. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think. Come on, think. Hemming's Gambit. Okay. What will happen to when loose floorboard was stepped on? Let's see what lettering we got going on here. Nope. What are we dealing with here? Seesaw? There we go, seesaw. Yep, seesaw. Okay, this is the A. Right? Seesaw? Okay. Nope. Okay, I need to just get the first letter here. It's not F. Okay, A. Effect. Seesaw effect, that's what it is. Shit. There you go. Give me that T, come on, give me a T. Seesaw effect. That's what it was. Oh boy. Sorry, I literally didn't. I had to kind of just plug in at that point. Gonna have to recover some parts there.
The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Yeah, that's gonna really suck for me in particular. Oof. It's gonna be a really bit sucky for me in particular. I'm probably lost a decent amount of points on that particular thing. I had to make up my hearts back.
Yeah? A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
True.
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Oversee saw the cage in the blood and white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Underneath the floorboard, top of the cage. It must have been top of the cage.
That's it!
That would have been the only way to make sense for it.
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble, but the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
Interesting. When was he be able to sneak in a sickle like that? I'm thinking that Kokichi could have done it.
Once
Definitely.
everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
And think about it. Who would be the only person that would know about the layout of the circle, the ritual symbols in the ritual circle? The only one person that would know about this.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouch position, but with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
I know, right?
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Huh? Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Yeah, why is that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle one. Middle room's always best with stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room.
I don't think Himiko would have done that, though. That's the thing. I don't think Himiko would have actually gone out of the way to do that. First of all, she doesn't wear any gloves. So if she were to cut herself while cutting the floorboards, we would have noticed some sort of injuries. But there is one particular person who always wraps and bandages their arms at all times. At all times. I'm still in Chaos Case here. I'm still in Chaos Case. I still vehemently believe, vehemently, not a word I use lightly, that he did it. He might have done it.
She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
I think the middle room is just
Then
coincidence.
she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
Wait, unless Himiko doesn't respond.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel. Last trial, intermission. Oh, these trials are long, dude. These trials are so long. But we're gonna finish it. Why not? We're gonna go ahead and finish it. Yeah, I want to save, but let's go ahead and knock it out of the park here. Why not? Only makes sense for us to, right? Only makes sense for us to. What I'm gonna do is start a brand new recording session for this, just in case. Want to make sure that everything's coherent. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. See ya.